It has been the dream of many a Harry Potter fan to finally have a AAA gaming experience based within the wizarding world outside of the movie tie-ins of days gone by. Now, that does sound like just one hell of a wish, but it seems to be that that's actually happening. You might remember last week a Reddit user leaking a trailer recorded on a phone of this supposed Harry Potter RPG, and it got a lot of people very excited. We made a video, everyone made a video, and then Warner Brothers went and took them all down. So does this mean this is real? Have they just confirmed what we all hope is true? We don't know yet, but there's a lot of information out there that really does point towards this Harry Potter RPG being a real thing. And I'm here now to tell you everything we know so far about this supposed RPG. I'm Rich from WhatCulture Gaming, and this is the leaked Harry Potter RPG, 10 details you need to know. Number 10, story, morality systems, and timeline placement. So alongside this trailer, we got a block of text giving this game some context, and it turns out you're a late entry into Hogwarts, entering in your 5th year. This also outlined the fact that you are a student at Hogwarts in the 19th century, about 100 years before Harry Potter even stepped foot into Hogwarts. You can also choose whether you go down a good or an evil path. It's completely up to you. We also know that a Professor Elazar Fig will be, I suppose, a mentor figure to you as things start to unravel in the Forbidden Forest, and it seems that this whole story revolves around you. In terms of the context of the game and the main story, that's pretty much all we know, but there has been a rumor going around that this game is going to be called Harry Potter Magic Awakened. Number 9, character creation and outfits. One of the best things about this new game is you get to create your own witch or wizard. You can choose from your hair color, your eye color, your gender, pretty much everything you can build yourself in this game. Not so much like that Hogwarts mystery rubbish on mobiles. This is really going to be your experience. This is an RPG after all. Now, it'd be no surprise if the NPCs in this game are all fully voiced, but it might be the case that the player is too. It looks like there's a bunch of outfits to choose from. You see them wearing different things throughout the course of the trailer, and just based on the look of the character creation screen, there's some real depth to putting you, or whoever you want to create, into this world. Now that is exciting. Number 8, lots of creatures. It's not exactly a Wizarding World or Harry Potter game if there aren't any creatures, and it seems to be there's quite a few to sort of go and say hello to in this game. You've got your standard owls and cats and toads and things. I mean, we might be able to pick one out for ourselves if we go to Diagon Alley at any point. But it seems this knowledge of all the creatures we're gaining from the new Fantastic Beasts series are going to end up in this game as well. Hippogriffs, thestrals, mandrakes, puffskeins, fluffy? Creatures galore. There's going to be a lot of them. But these creatures won't necessarily just be there to be passive. You might be able to pet them, you might be able to attack them. It seems we attack goblins at one point in the trailer, and even a troll as well, so it's not just going to be witches and wizards we're going to be up against in this RPG. Number 7, combat and destructible environments. At points in this trailer we see doors getting blown up, pillars being knocked away, and even stuff being repaired. It looks very nice, and does that mean this is a this-gen game or a next-gen game? Spells like Expulso and Reparo will be mainstays in this whole destructible environments mechanic, but it doesn't seem that you can just go around blowing stuff up willy-nilly. It seems you can use it to your advantage. For example, at one point you see the player bring down a bunch of columns and crash a ceiling down on some enemies, so there's a whole new side of combat other than just spells. More on that later. As I've said, the amount of detail in this game points towards this maybe being a next-gen title, or they've just really nailed a massive destructible environment with a lot of variety on a current-gen platform. At the minute, though, we don't know when this is going to be releasing, or if it's even real. I'm going to go with it is real. Number 6, killing enemies? At one blink and you'll miss it point in this trailer, you see the player character kill a goblin, and it was sort of like, wait, what? Now, is that going to be something that comes out of being an evil character, or is it kind of just something you'll have to do, irrelevant of whether you take a good or evil path in the story? We don't know. This goblin gets impaled by some sort of axe after the player blows up a door, and there does seem to be blood on this goblin too, so maybe death is a thing. Combat was a big thing in the Harry Potter games, especially in the later ones, the Deathly Hallows games, for example, but it's never played a central part. But is that going to be the case here? Looks like it. Number 5, a fully explorable Hogwarts. As you'd obviously expect from a Harry Potter RPG, it seems that the entirety of Hogwarts is going to be explorable. Think of Order of the Phoenix on the PS2. You had so much space to move around in. Even the PS1 games had quite a bit of exploration involved. In an RPG, of course, we want to be able to explore every single nook and cranny of the castle, and maybe even more. The Forbidden Forest apparently plays a big role in the story according to that little synopsis we got, and could we even go to a secret passageway and go to Hogsmeade? Maybe even Diagon Alley? The sheer scale of the exploration in this game has already got me and quite a lot of people rather excited. Let's just hope there's a lot of side missions and things to do outside the main story to keep this world bustling and being able to live in it, because I mean, it's an RPG, we can make our own witch or wizard, like, this just gets better the more and more we talk about it. Since this game takes place in the 19th century, it seems like the developers will have a bit of their own spin on what we've seen before, because like I've said, the earliest we've seen the Wizarding World is 1925 in the first Fantastic Beasts film. This takes place way before then, so Hogsmeade, Diagon Alley, and even Hogwarts could look very, very different to what we're used to. And again, that's really quite exciting. Number 4, wizard types. Another interesting detail from the character creation screen is the idea that you can pick between one of 8 wizard types. Now, we're not entirely sure what exactly that means, but maybe your skill tree is different, maybe you have different stats in X, Y, or Z based on which type you pick, like you're better at, say, healing spells, you're better at killing spells, you can be an obliviator like Gilderoy Lockhart or something. Another interesting thing is, would you be able to choose if you're a half-blood or a pure-blood, or just a pure muggle? That is going to be interesting, how that might play into how good you are at spells, what you can learn, and just how your character exists in this world. Maybe you'll get the opportunity to be an animagus, or even a maledictus, if you're a female witch, obviously. Now, this is a big gameplay shift compared to what we've seen before with Harry Potter games, but it is definitely aligning itself more with an RPG. Think picking a race in the Elder Scrolls series. Number 3, lessons to attend. At the end of the day, you're at school. I mean, it's a standard in the other Harry Potter games. You went and did lessons, you learnt a spell, and you used that spell in practice. Surely that'll be here too. In this trailer, we see some potions, we see some transfiguration, we even see the greenhouses. I was going to say Professor Sprout, but maybe Professor Sprout wasn't there at this point. Depends how old she is, actually. Lessons could definitely play a big part in this RPG. Maybe you get XP buffs. Like I said, you can learn new spells. You can upgrade your spells. You get points to use in, say, a skill tree or something. Maybe that's how you do it. We just don't know yet. But it would make a lot of sense for there to be classes to go to. Whether you get pinned down to a timetable like you do in Bully, well, we'll wait and see. But maybe you could just flunk everything if you choose to be a Slytherin and be a bad person. I don't know. Well, if we're getting the full Hogwarts experience, there's only one thing else that needs to be there, and that's Quidditch. Lots and lots of Quidditch. Can we choose our position? Can we play for our house team? I don't know, but that sounds awesome if we can. Number 2, dueling. There is a point in this trailer where you do see the player dueling with another student. Now, dueling has appeared in the Harry Potter games before, but it seems to be, since this game looks very combat heavy, to be a very, very big part of this RPG. Whereas in the old games, it was very much on rails and you had probably not much freedom to do what you'd like. In this case, because obviously the game is going to be more based around this sort of magical spell combat, hopefully you get to really be creative with your duels. Other reports say that we'll be able to build rapport with various people. You can choose your friends, you can choose your enemies, and for example, you could have a rivalry with another NPC that becomes something like Harry and Draco, and it ends up in them challenging you to a duel. Who knows? Some of the best scenes in the Harry Potter and Fantastic Beasts films are duels, so if we get to take control of that and do it in this game, Game of the Year already, for whatever year it comes out in. And number 1, spells. Well, duh, of course, it's a Harry Potter game. From what we saw in the mostly obscured UI in this trailer, it seems that your repertoire of spells changes based on the situation you're in. That might not even be the case. You might have complete control over every single spell you've learned. Maybe we'll learn them at like button combos in a fighting game, or there will just be a simple wheel you can switch around to. Either way, we don't know yet, but it looks like you get pretty free reign over your magic. Expulso, as I've said, is already a spell we're most likely going to see in this game, as it was the one that blew up a door and impaled a goblin to a pillar, but chances are we'll also get things like Stupefy, Expelliarmus, and maybe even Expecto Patronum. Might there be Dementors? Maybe? Hopefully this game won't be just pure combat. We want to see some puzzles, we want to see some exploration, Alohomora, Wingardium Leviosa, even using Lumos in a dark space. You see that in the trailer. Hopefully we have a wand and we can do whatever the hell we like with it, and that's something I've always wanted to do in a Harry Potter game. So of course we do not know how far along this game is in development. From what we saw in that leaked trailer, there were lots of placeholders for names like face menu 1 on the character selection screen, we don't know how close or how far away this game is. But irrelevant of that, this tiny little trailer that's taken the whole internet by storm has really got a lot to tell. Now, this RPG could be one of the most amazing things ever. Just needs Warner Brothers to do it right. Don't put microtransactions in. Please. Please, please, please. Do it for the fans. Do it for the fans. But there we go, that's pretty much everything we know about this Harry Potter RPG so far. What do you think? Is this really getting you excited? Because I'm waiting for the official announcement of this game. If it's real. But like I said, all signs point to it being so. Let me know in the comment section down below if you're going to be pre-ordering this game and throwing your money at the screen. JK, take this tenner, please. Give me a special edition or something, I don't know. And don't forget to subscribe to WhatCulture Gaming. We make videos every single day. So we'll see you tomorrow. Bye.